boys and girls of McDowell County Schools. Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Miss Kelly and I teach 4th grade at Glenwood Elementary. So special shout out to all my little dragons out there. I hope everyone's doing well and enjoying this time at home and having the opportunity to learn in the comfort of your own house. Thank you for joining me today for 4th grade math. I have a special sweet treat in store for you guys today. We're going to be working on our fractions. But before we get into that, I just wanted to do a quick review of some multiplication facts and remind you guys that multiplication facts are so important and to be studying those every day because they are really going to help you when you come back to school in the fall and you become a 5th grader. All right? So I'll hold up the multiplication card and you shout out the answer, okay? Ready? 3 times 5 is 15. Good job. 3 times 4 is 12. Good job. You guys are experts. 1 times 9 is 9. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 9 is 27. 6 times 3 is 18. 2 times 2 is, you guessed it, 4. 2 times 11 is 22. 5 times 9 is 45. 5 times 8 is, good job, 40. This one's easy. 0 times 0 is 0. 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 4 is, good job, 16. 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 0, 0. And last but not least, 1 times 10 is 10. Good job, guys. Remember to keep practicing those every day so that when you come back to school, your 5th grade teachers will be so impressed with your multiplication skills. All right, today we're going to play in the kitchen using fractions. And let's just talk for a second about and do a quick review of what N.F.4 is, right? N.F.4 says I can apply my understanding of multiplication to model and explain how fractions can be represented by multiplying whole number by a unit fraction. Okay? So in this example that I drew on my chart for you, I just did 3 times 1/4. And I solved this in 2 ways. First, I drew a model. So I drew 1/4 3 times. These are my unit fractions, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. If you add those together, you draw another 4th at the end, and you count 1, 2, 3. So I need to shade in 3 bars, 1, 2, 3. And that gives me my answer of 3/4. So 1/4 times 3 is 3/4. Another way you can solve this is by using repeated addition, okay? So we can do 1/4 times plus 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 3/4. Just a quick reminder, remember the denominator, which is this number here on the bottom. In this example, it's the 4 in 1/4. The denominator always stays the same when we're multiplying, adding, and subtracting. In 4th grade, our denominators stay the same. We only add the numerators. The numerators are the numbers on top of the fraction. So in our case of this example, it's the 1 in the 1/4, okay? So that's a quick review about what you've been doing with fractions, and I wanted to remind you how to do this because today I need your help. I am making a sweet treat, vanilla pudding, for some of my family members and friends. The problem that I'm having is this is my recipe. okay? Special sweet treat. It calls for 3 cups of milk, a half a cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of instant vanilla pudding, 1.5 cups of Cool Whip, and 3/4 cups of sour cream. This is great, and this recipe is delicious. However, this feeds my family, and I need to make it for about 8 more people. So, what I need to do is double my recipe. But I don't want to do all those dirty dishes. I mean, think about it. If I had to make 2 batches of this, all the bowls and the bigger bowls, that's a huge mess. So I'm going to use my knowledge of N.F.4, multiplying whole numbers by unit fractions, to help me double my recipe, okay? My recipe has my unit fractions. I'm going to double it. Do you know what double means? What would I multiply by? That's right, 2. To double something means to multiply it times 2. Good job, guys. So now we need to do a little math. We can practice our N.F.4 skills right now. So the first thing that my recipe calls for is 3 cups of milk. That isn't really an N.F.4 skill. We know how to multiply, we just practiced. So if I'm doubling, I'm doing it times 2, right? So 3 times 2 is 6 cups of milk. So that's what I need for my new batch, okay? Then I look back at my recipe and it calls for 1/2 cups of sugar, but I'm doubling that, so I need to multiply it by 2. So my math problem will be 2 times 1/2. Okay? I could draw a model for this, or I could use repeated addition, right? I also know that a half makes up a whole. So if I have 2 of those, if I have 2 halves, I have 1 whole. So this is for my sugar, okay? So I need 1 cup of sugar. If we needed to draw a picture of that, we could by drawing a fraction strip and cutting it in half. I have 2 parts, that's my denominator. How many would I shade in? Right, just 1. Okay? Then I add my other picture because I have 2 of them. So I would shade in another. That would equal 1 whole. My entire unit fraction is shaded in this one. All right, my next one on my recipe reads 1/3 cups of instant vanilla pudding, okay? So I need 1/3, and I'm doing what? I'm doubling it. I'm multiplying times 2, okay? So I can draw my model and cut it into thirds, and I will shade in how many pieces of my unit fraction? 1. Then I can do another model drawing, another 1/3, and shade in 1. Once you add those together, here's 1 shaded piece, here's another shaded piece. So my answer is 2/3. So I would need 2/3 cups of instant vanilla pudding for my new recipe, which is doubled, so that I can have more. I only have 2 left. My original recipe calls for 1.5 cups of Cool Whip. I love Cool Whip. But I need to double that, right? Because I'm making 2 batches. So 1.5 times 2. There's 2 ways I could solve this. Of course, we've been doing our model, but another way is repeated addition. 1/2 plus 1/2. Here, I will start by adding my whole numbers. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay? So add that up here. I'm going to put a plus sign because I'm not done with my numbers yet. After that, I'm going to add my unit fractions. 1/2 plus 1/2. I know that 1/2 is half of a whole, correct? So if I have 2 halves, you put those together, you get 1 whole. So now my total number is 2 plus 1 is 3. So now, since I've doubled my recipe, I need 3 cups of Cool Whip. That's a lot of Cool Whip. It's gonna be super yummy. And the last math that I need to calculate for my new recipe is, the original recipe calls for 3/4 cups of sour cream. I'm gonna double this, so 3/4 times 2. I can do my repeated addition here. 3/4 plus 3/4. I know that in 4th grade, we never change our denominators. Do you remember which number is the denominator? The top or the bottom? That's right, the bottom. So I'm just gonna carry this 4 right over to my answer because it never changes. Now I'm gonna add my numerators. That's the number on top. 3 plus 3 is 6. I have an improper fraction, and I'm pretty sure I don't have a measuring cup that has 6/4 as an answer on the side. So what am I gonna do? That's right, I can convert this improper fraction to a mixed number. Okay, the way that I'm gonna do that is by drawing a model. I know that my unit fractions are fourths, so I'm gonna draw 1. Okay, and I need to shade in 6 parts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what am I gonna do now? I don't have enough to keep going. I'm only at 4 and I need to shade in 6. So I'm gonna have to draw another fraction strip. I'll break it into fourths as well. And since I've done 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll keep going. 5, 6. Look, this fraction strip is completely shaded in. So what does that equal? Good job, guys. 1 whole. And here's what I have left. It didn't completely shade this one in, so I didn't make another whole. So this fraction strip represents my unit fraction of my mixed number. It reads 2/4. So my answer now is that I need 1 2/4 cups of sour cream for my recipe. Good job, guys. Your math skills were great. Now it's time to cook. That's my favorite part, making the sweet treats. Actually, my favorite part is eating the sweet treats. But somebody's got to make it, right? Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let me get my mixing bowl here. Okay. The first thing that I need to do is pour in my milk. I need 6 cups of milk. That's a lot of milk. Lucky for me, I have this larger measuring cup. It goes all the way up to 4 cups. Okay, so let's pour in our milk. And it's important when you're measuring, especially liquids, to sit it down on the counter so that the thing you're measuring with is nice and flat and you can measure it exactly right, okay? 4 cups of milk going in. Whew, that's a lot. I'm not done. I need 2 more, right? Because that was just 4. So now I'm filling up to 2 cups. Okay? Show you on my measuring cup. Now I'm at 2. I might need a bigger bowl. Now I need 1 cup of sugar. Okay? I already have my ingredients laid out for me. When we measure things that are solid like this, powders and such, we use cups like this. Okay? Here's my cup of sugar. Okay, I pour it into my measuring cup. A little extra in my bowl that I couldn't get out. Okay, the next thing that we need is 2/3 cups of instant pudding mix, okay? So I have my instant pudding mix here. This is a 1/3 cup, measuring cup. So how many do I need if I need 2/3? Right, 2 scoops. So let's do 1 scoop. Shake off the excess. There's 1. Now I'll add my second. Here we go. 2/3 cups of instant vanilla pudding. All right, next I need, here comes the fun stuff, Cool Whip. I need 3 cups, 3 of Cool Whip, okay? So grab my 1 cup and I'm just gonna pack in the Cool Whip. This is the part that my kids always hope that I have extras of, because they will be over here sticking their spoons right into this, trying to get a spoonful of Cool Whip. They love Cool Whip. And I'm just mushing it into the cup to make sure that it's nice and packed in there and level and even, okay? There's my 2/3 cup of Cool Whip. Now I need sour cream. We did our math on this, remember? 3/4 times 2, because we're doubling it, and I need 1 2/4 cups of sour cream. So, here is my, where's my 1 cup? Oh, here we go. Here's my 1 cup measuring spoon. Okay, I'm gonna fill that up with sour cream. And here's my 4th cup, and I need 2 of those because it was 1 2/4. All right, now guess, we mix. So you could put this in a stand mixer if you have one, or a hand mixer that goes around the bowl, or if you really want to work on your muscles, you can whip this up really easy with a big spoon. And when you're done, you'll be so strong. It'll be very impressive, okay? All right, I have to mix this for about 5 minutes, so I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back. After we mix it, it looks like this. It almost looks like cake batter, and it's super yummy. So I took my pudding and I put it in a mason jar so I can deliver it to my friends. You can put it in a bowl or whatever. Just make sure you keep it in the fridge because it needs to stay cold. Another thing that I like to do is also add a little strawberries to put on top. It's super delicious. It's kind of like a summer, spring version of banana pudding, except instead of bananas, you use strawberries, okay? So I hope that you guys get in the kitchen with your family and cook up something awesome. If you need to change the recipe a little bit, remember, you know how to do it. You can do your model drawing, or you can use repeated addition to make sure that you help them figure out how to double, triple, even quadruple the recipe. If you do get in the kitchen with your family, make sure you tag the McDowell County Live Instruction Facebook page so we can all see what you're cooking up. I thank you for coming and practicing your fractions with me, and thank you for helping me double my recipe. Hope you guys have a great day.